Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing drive shafts. I know, woohoo, fun topic, right? Drive shafts, woo! I just wanted to make this video because I thought maybe it could be helpful for a couple of people, who knows? So we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. Now, if you're a regular of mine, then you know that I've been going through some drive shaft issues. I'm going to start from the beginning so that everybody can follow along and figure out what's going on. So back January 31st, I released a video of me out with my wife's rig, the Gen 8, the V1 Blue. So I was out with the Toronto RC crawler group. What happened was one of our fellow crawlers, Mathew, one of the younger crawlers, his truck went down rather early in the trail run. So I kind of felt bad, and you know, I had to catch video anyway. It's not really easy to video and drive at the same time. A young guy like him, he's not gonna want to hang out with a bunch of old guys with no rig to drive, right? And I had to do my filming, so I just figured, you know what, here man, drive my wife's rig, it's fine. He was really good with it. Mathew is a natural at crawling, man. He just seems to get over every obstacle that nobody else can seem to get over, to make it look like it's nothing. So thumbs up to you, Mathew, if you're watching. Now, while he was using it, he wasn't doing anything crazy, and all of a sudden it just stopped. Something happened. The center drive shaft between the transmission and the divorce transfer case, so there's a small shaft, that snapped a piece. It's kind of like a hybrid plastic metal shaft. The yokes that attach to the input gears on the inside of the whatever case you're talking about, whether it be the transfer case or the differential case, they're metal, but the shaft that connects to that is plastic, and that's what broke. It's one of these little tabs. It broke off the shaft. So, and it would have happened to anybody. You know, Mathew felt horrible. He was like, oh, you know, he looked at his dad. He was like, are we going to have to pay for that? And I overheard him, and I'm like, Mathew, you don't have to worry about that, brother. And it's not like he was abusing the vehicle when it happened. So I just said to him, look, buddy, you know, if I was really worried about it breaking, about you breaking something, I wouldn't have let you use it. So don't worry, man. It's all good. It's all good. Run, break, fix, repeat. That's the name of the game. Doesn't matter who's holding the transmitter, right? So I fixed it with glue, 5-minute epoxy, clamped the piece down onto where it broke with a C-clamp, and just held it there while it dried for a couple of hours. I used a 5-minute epoxy from my local dollar store, the Dollarama, and it worked really good. It held. That was on February 1st. February 19th, I finally budgeted enough to order all 3 shafts for my axe. I ordered them off AliExpress, a total of 40 Canadian dollars, I think, with the shipping and everything. It was like 36 and change Canadian. And that was a really good deal because I would have almost paid half of that, like, just to replace the original piece. So I figured, you know what? I'll upgrade my axe to the metal shafts for not too much money. Everywhere else I looked, it was just the 2 front and rear shafts, the longer ones. Those are like $60 just for those, 60 Canadian. Yeah, we got it rough up here, guys. Everything's really expensive because our dollar is worth bupkas. So I got those shafts, I put them in, they look freaking sweet. But anyway, I'll get to that after. I'm getting ahead of myself again. The shaft that I glued held, so I decided February 25th, I think it was, I made the video. February 26th, I released the video featuring my wife's rig with the glued shaft. Fun video to watch. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It let go in that video. I was surprised at where it broke in the video because it seemed like it did a lot of this really much more difficult stuff before the part where it broke. What I did after that, I fixed it with this piece of brass. Now the second time it broke, I actually lost the piece. So this is the nub that the piece originally went around. So I drilled a hole in a piece of brass and I put that through, and then I wrapped the brass to the other side. So it's actually this side that's holding it in place. See that? And it worked really well. I was very impressed with myself. I thought that there was probably not going to be clearance when it was spinning, you see, because you got that big chunky piece sticking out there, so I thought that maybe it would catch something. It did not. In fact, I would feel confident with throwing this back in either of these trucks and using it again. There's actually a video of me running this vehicle with this boot rigged, let's say. I haven't used that word in a while. Something else gave way while I was filming that, and I thought it was a shaft. In fact, it wasn't. The shaft was absolutely fine. I still have the original brass pinion, and I put a hardened steel spur gear in there. So I think that weight allowed that steel spur to chew up that brass pinion, because it just, brass pinion was done after like a couple hundred meters of pulling that trailer with that rig on it. Made for some good video though. That was pretty awesome. So if you want to see that video of me pulling the trailer with my wife's rig, with my rig on the back of that trailer, that was released on March 1st. That's a cool video because we actually had like an X-Max out crawling with us that day. That was a lot of fun, man. March 4th, the steel shafts are delivered. I ordered them January 19th. They were here on March 4th. Very impressed. I think that was the fastest I'd ever gotten anything from AliExpress. So very, very impressed with the delivery of that. I just want to show this off a little bit. Look at this, guys. This is so sweet. Look at those shafts. I just think they looked amazing. I didn't make a video of actually putting them in because, come on, it's just a couple of grub screws, guys. They look great. They went on no problem, and they were really inexpensive. So hopefully I don't get what I paid for, as they say. But we'll see. Of course, changing out the shafts in this, I now have the original shaft that I could throw back into my wife's rig, and that's what I did. I went over to a local hobby shop, got a new pinion gear for that. It only cost me like 10 bucks. Went up a couple of teeth to give her a little bit more top end. This one is running beautifully now. Really, really excited to get this thing going. So subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified when I'm taking this guy out with the new shafts, and you can see what happens, or hopefully nothing happens. But you never know. With cheap parts, it might leave me stranded. Might make for a good video. Maybe you saw those cheap shafts online and just want to see how they perform. I'm going to show you now the advantage of those heavier steel shafts. The low down weight. It's a very low center of gravity, and it's quite a few grams extra. I was surprised, and I think you might be surprised too. So enough waffle. Let's see what everything weighs. So there you go, guys. I effectively added 100 grams of low center of gravity weight to my rig, and I'm super happy about that. So I hope these shafts hold up. Wish me luck. Thanks for stopping in, guys. As always, keep on RCing, keep on keeping on. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.